let's talk about our final thoughts with Michigan football. I feel like we have to dive into it, Zane. Corey's not here to defend himself, and that's fine because we weren't really going to defend him anyway. But he does have a statement to make based on Michigan football and um, their scandal that's going on. For those of you who don't know, the background is that essentially there's a sign stealing scandal going on where a Michigan staffer would go for the past 3 years and pretty much on the upswing of Michigan football over the past 3 years is when purportedly this started. He would go to the games, he would essentially film the signs and then report back to the team, and they would compile everything, and they pretty much knew what was going to happen and when it was going to happen too. So Corey's response to this is, to begin, it seems like a low-level analyst found a loophole in the rules and bought tickets for non-staffers to go to games. Every team attempts to steal signs and scouts. Simply a witch hunt. Run a play inside our 10-yard line just once, and then we may consider any complaints. Hashtag Harbaugh. Hashtag JJ for Heisman. Hashtag Ryan Day sucks toes. So just a little side jab at Ohio State as always. I don't agree with Corey. If doesn't, I don't know if it's exactly a witch hunt. Maybe if Harbaugh didn't lie to the NCAA, maybe they wouldn't be coming after him. So maybe he's kind of did it to himself. But then also run a play inside our own 10-yard line just once, and then we may consider any complaints. Well, if you stop the team and you know what play they're going to run, how's the team supposed to get to the 10-yard line if you're going to know what's going to happen every single time? Zane, your thoughts initially to this Michigan scandal?
Yeah. The Ryan Day sucking toes is certainly a red herring. We will stick to the point here, but I, for me, I think college football just shouldn't have signs. Right? Like, you could have hand signals, whatever you want, but college football should just do away with the signs and just stick to the headsets. And I think we wouldn't have this problem. Uh, it's not it's not the Patriots filming practice sessions, right? It's public information. Anybody in the stands with an iPhone could film the other signs as well and do analysis for a team, post it on TikTok, and I don't know, maybe Jim Harbaugh's just watching TikToks and he's stealing signs. I'm really not too sure, but I think college football should just do away with the signs in general anyway.
Do you think there should be any punishment for Michigan football? And what should it be if there is one?
No, I don't think the NCAA can hand out a consistent punishment. So I think they just wake up on the wrong side of the bed and decide to, right, that's their gauge for what they're going to hand out that day. So for me, if the Big Ten wanted to do something, uh, you know, levy a fine, levy whatever they wanted to do, that would be fine. Uh, but I wouldn't trust the NCAA's unbiased, impartial decision-making process.
Should any wins be taken away if it comes back that Michigan did, in fact, know all of the plays that were happening essentially for the past 3 years and know when and what was going to be happening, what play was going to be called?
No, I mean, not to me personally. Like I said, if they weren't filming any practices, right? Practices, you can't, obviously, you can't film practices, but if they're just watching the games or filming the games and those teams are having their signals during the game, anybody could record that. So to me, didn't stop Georgia from just, or excuse me, TCU last year, right? So good teams are
Or
going to be
Georgia the year before?
right, yeah, or Georgia the year before, just absolutely curb stomped them. So to me, no, I don't think any wins need to be taken away.
Yeah. My opinion is depends on what comes out. Obviously innocent until proven guilty, but the suspension of the staffer is not a good start to show their innocence, Michigan football's innocence. My biggest thing would be maybe some suspensions within the coaching staff, some fines, depending on how much it was. maybe you. I don't know if you take any wins away. I never like that. I never like taking wins away, unless it benefits my school directly. But I would not do that at this point. Probably just some fines and suspensions, short term suspensions, if I was going to do anything. Um, with regards to the Ryan Day sucks toes things, probably just a Michigan fan. Obviously, that's just a Michigan fan statement right there. Had nothing to do with the actual scandal. I don't think Ryan Day had anything to do with this. But it is interesting that when this supposed sign stealing did start, was on the Michigan upswing a few years ago, and when Ohio State started losing to Michigan. So we will we'll see if there's any connection with that. If that actually had to do anything if they start sucking again because they can't steal signs.